to Biz Chicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AI Aunties. We're here live to help you with your digital life. We know that there are things that we may be considering a challenge, but we're here to make that easy and make it run smooth just for you. I'm here with my co host, Miss Francine Gregory, better known as the AI Professor, also your AI Auntie, Francine. I'm Terralina, and I am your AI auntie known as Auntie Terry. So sit back, relax. Let's talk a little bit about AI. Last week we talked about ChatGTP, and this week we want to talk a little bit more about it and how to make it work better for you. Fran, what do you have for us today?
So in each of these little segments, it we are telling you to pick the AI tool of your choice.
Mhm.
We happen to use ChatGPT, but there's Claude, there's Perplexity, there's Copilot, there are other AI um, tools available. So the best tool is the tool that you are going to use.
And I say the best tool is a tool that's easiest for you to use. I like tools that I understand.
Right. And so we did a little talking about uh using, we talked about what AI is
Hmm.
and how it can help you do different things. So let's talk about today some simple ways to personalize your AI.
Okay.
And
Uh,
you'll do that through some settings and some everyday conversation. And
and we want you to think of AI like a new assistant, a new um someone that's just there to help.
right,
Whenever you were trying to do something, it does. And at first, it doesn't know whether you like short answers, long answers, detailed stuff. Some people may be working on their PhD. Some people may just want to know, hey, what's the weather going to be like in such and such a country because I'm taking a trip. Others may want to know, can you plan my trip? Hey, help me plan my trip. I know I am getting to the point where I don't want to go through all those websites, so I just ask it, what's the best way to get to such and such by air on such and such a date? And it gives me a list of different airlines. Then I say, show me the different schedules. I want to fly in the morning. And we had this conversation back and forth, and it helps me plan my trip. So it just depends on what you need it for. Do you need a hammer or do you need a screwdriver? Does that make sense?
yeah, it does.
Because it doesn't know how you want to communicate. It can
So
it can't recommend which tool to use unless you tell it what it is you're trying to do
right, I remember you told this story about an employer or a supervisor said, "Bring me a rock."
all the time.
And
And they
okay,
never
so
told me what the rock looked like, how big the rock should be. And we just kept bringing them solutions to what we thought was the issue. And they say, no, that's not the issue. And you're like, okay, can you give us a hint as to what we're trying to find a solution to? What does this rock really look like? Or you
and,
just want us to keep bringing these rocks in here?
and this is what we're talking about with your AI assistant. Note the word assistant. That
Hmm.
means you have to communicate effectively, clearly. We have this saying at the church we go to: communicate and clarify,
Yes.
communicate and clarify. And when you think you've communicated, clarify and communicate again. So it's the same thing with AI. You have to communicate with it. Okay, so what does that really mean?
Hmm.
We're gonna take a little pin drop right here. That means you need to have together in your mind what it is that you want done first.
Oh.
You it
Mm-hmm.
it's not a mind reader. Although some people think it is taking over the world and it knows what I want. It's not. It is, we talked about this last week. It's
Mm-hmm.
X's and O's. Uh it is processing data. What is it? Pattern recognition. It recognizes patterns. If you keep taking a picture and saying this is a cat, and because the cat has pointy ears and whiskers and fur and
Mm-hmm.
slanted eyes or whatever, this is a cat. This is a cat. This is a cat. This is a cat. And you keep showing um, the
Pictures of an
computer
animal.
picture of a cat, whatever colors they are, orange, black, brown, whatever, but it starts to recognize, oh, that's a cat. So then when you give it a picture of an elephant, it's like, that's not a cat. It's
Yeah.
just recognizing patterns. And
Yes,
so,
because you don't want to end up with a picture of a, what do you call it, like a earth mover with CAT on the side.
correct, because it needs to, but it now, the AI has gotten so good, it can determine between the earth mover cat and a
Mm-hmm.
kitty cat. That's the furry animal with pointed ears and a tail. It can now distinguish if you say I want to use the cat to excavate a building site. It'll know what you're talking about now because it recognizes the pattern when they're talking about cat in reference to building. It is
Mm-hmm.
talking about the earth mover. It is not talking about the kitty cat.
Exactly. You
So
see, so here's the other thing. Because I can explain things in simple terms over here, bitch chicks. We don't like convoluted stuff. One of the things that you need to know is that when you're using AI, it's like you using the any other library because it's just an accumulation of information and data. When you go to the library, you need to know what you're looking for. So when you talk to the librarian, they know where to send you in the library. Is it fiction, nonfiction? Is it is it about birds or is it about cats?
and let me say this. You don't have to learn the Dewey Decimal System.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So
I remember
AI,
that was a whole class in school.
hey, absolutely. The
I was
card
like,
catalog. Go look at
I
the
was like,
card catalog.
seriously? Oh my gosh. You talk about uh taxing on the brain. And you had to learn the Dewey Decimal System so you can go get the books that you needed to study, and then you had to sit down and study. That whole
Exactly.
that whole trick train of, okay, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. Now AI does it for you.
It just goes
Picture the
straight
books on
there.
the shelf, or your some of us had encyclopedias on the shelf, but
Hmm.
picture books on the shelf, like Terry said, in a library. AI goes to, um, AI
It
will go
pull the book
pull the book and bring it to you instead of
and
you going to
and
the vast.
summarize the book.
Right. Instead of you going to the book yourself, looking up the Dewey Decimal number, going to the shelf and going down the rows of shelves, stepping up on the ladder and doing all of those shenanigans that you normally
Wait
have
a
to
minute.
do.
And then after you got the book down, friend, you had to take it over to the table and write down your notes on index cards.
So, with your digital assistant of choice, it goes to the library for you. It
Hmm.
goes and searches the library and brings back what you asked it for. It is no longer you going through the snow, traipsing through, catching a number of buses to get to the library. You just simply ask it a question, and you can do this if you don't have a digital choice. I would suggest starting out with ChatGPT because it
Hmm.
is easier right at this point. For me, it was a lot easier, and then they have a free plan, so there's that. Get the free plan and then begin to personalize your chat gpt, make so it gets to know you. There's a place in the settings called personalization. Well, when you get there, you want to let it know who you are, how you do things. You can possibly put your resume up there. Now we have a class that we teach that will show you how to personalize in more detail.
Hmm.
In this particular conversation that we're having, we're just telling you to personalize. Okay.
Hmm.
Because we talked about this before. It's like getting for all of us who know grandma and them had that cast iron skillet. You did not cook in that skillet until that skillet was seasoned.
Hmm.
You wasn't cooking in the skillet because it wasn't
Exactly.
ready. So now you are personalizing your AI experience. You are letting your assistant know who you are, how
Hmm.
you operate, right? How you get things done.
Exactly.
I like my coffee with cream and sugar. I don't
Okay.
like coffee. I like tea. I like Earl Grey. I really don't, but I like Earl Grey.
Hmm.
Um, you are telling your assistant what it is that you want, because when you get the answers back, you won't sound like a robot.
Yes.
And it's going to take some time for you to get to know one another. So when you ask it to bring you a summary of the book on To Kill a Mockingbird, and it brings you back the summary, and then you want to take the summary and use it in a report, or you want to use the summary to write a post on something. When you start writing, it'll help you write it out, but then you need to make sure that that sounds like you.
Exactly.
ChatGPT, Claude, and all of them will polish it up and make it sound very um, educated. I'm trying to think of the word.
Professional,
Very professional and polished. And that
grammatically correct,
now
whatever.
we want grammatically correct. We want words spelled right, but we
Correct.
don't necessarily want it so polished that that's not the way you speak, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Especially if you're doing a writing in an email, or you want your voice to come out, the way you talk.
Yes. So, friend, let me ask you this. So, how does it learn how to respond to us? What I mean, I know when I use it, I tell explain this to me like I'm a third grader because I don't want to get so down in the weeds or the vocabulary is so broad that I don't understand it because now I'm sitting here with a master's degree in foreign affairs and several other pieces of paper. Okay. But if I'm doing a specific subject, I have no clue. So now
Right,
I'm in every subject, every um, area of study has its own technical language. So I
right,
say to it, explain this to me, explain aerodynamics to me like I'm a third grader and give me an example, so that when it
right,
comes back, I can understand it. Because
right.
I don't know quantum physics. I don't know for rocket science, okay?
And when you do that, you make it easier on your audience. You make it easier for the people that you are writing this report for,
Mhm.
because your assistant will write reports for you, it'll write emails for you, but it still needs to sound like you. It's just like you telling your assistant, I need you to reply to Terralina's email about going to the golf tournament coming up on the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you said, based per our conversation on blah, 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 Terry is going to know that that did not come from me, because I wouldn't have said, per our conversation, we are going to rendezvous at the golf tournament. That is not how I talk. I
This is
would
not how you talk to me.
No, that's not how I talk to Terry. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's the other thing. Now there are times when you want to sound professional, but you don't want to sound overly polished. You
Mm-hmm.
still want to have your personality.
And
Thus,
be, and you may be trying to be friendly but approachable.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't, and then, because you can write something in such a way that's going to tick somebody off, and your AI will, if you trained it to know how that you're professional but you're approachable, it'll ask you, do you really want to send this like this, because it has a bit of an edge on it. Are you sure you want to send this like that?
Mm-hmm.
uh because it sounds like that and it'll be nice and say it could come across as offensive, and
Mm-hmm.
perhaps we want to write it in a different way.
Yes. And Barbara says this: edit in your own voice and communication style. Yes.
Yes,
You know,
Barb, you
tell
are
her what you
actually.
want, Barb, right?
Yep.
Oh my
So
goodness.
because again, you have to teach it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Terry Johnson, TJ, she'll be on tomorrow. We always talk about, you have to check its work after
Mm-hmm.
you given an assignment. It brought you back a report. Okay, so couple of no, week before last, I went to a conference, and I had a tool that use called voice notes. I turned it on while I'm sitting in the conference, because I'm like, I can't keep up with these people and their writing.
Uh,
They were writing
yeah.
very fast. I mean, they were talking fast. They were talking tech very, okay. It was simple for me to understand just because of my background, but it was still a little technical.
Elevated. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And there was another article that I read today, and I'll give you my conversation with chat about that. But it was elevated, and I was like, okay, I am not going to try and take notes and have to get a dictionary to decipher what does this word mean. No, I'm not doing that. So I use voice notes, and then I
Mm-hmm.
told voice notes afterwards, because it was a conference for churches, using tech in churches, and how that dynamic gets along. And so there were several different speakers. Somebody talked about the music department, somebody talked about the media department,
Mm-hmm.
church administration, cybersecurity, and all of these things.
Wow. Okay.
So I just said, okay, the notes are already. My digital assistant, Jordan. He's the one that I talk to for my day-to-day business stuff,
Yes.
and my voice notes are connected to Jordan. So I said, Jordan, the notes that I have for the conference came in, and I want to be able to sort the notes, give me a summary of the notes for each of the various departments for a client that I'm working with. He broke down the notes. Okay, do you want me to send an email to each one of those clients? I was like, Jordan, are you? Oh my gosh!
There you
So,
go.
so it was. I'm opening Jordan now. So he said, "Let me read to you. Got a friend that was a meeting, and there are times when you have to correct him. Like he keeps telling me. Well, he told me that, oh, since this is near the end of the day and it's 5:30, we should, start the wrap up for the day. I said, Jordan, I need you to remember that I'm on Pacific Standard Time, and for me, that is not 5:30; it's 10:30 in the morning. Oh, I will
Mm-hmm.
remember that. You have to check its work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is an assistant, and it can get some things wrong. So that just don't assume that it's going to get everything right.
That you can just take it straight out of the box without
Right.
checking to see if you mixed it right.
Okay, so here's what I asked Jordan, and I'm going to tell you what he said.
Okay.
Uh, my apologies. Um, Since you have access to the notes from the Theotech conference, please give me a summary of each workshop or speaker. I'd like to send each team lead an appropriate report. A few seconds later, here is a summary of the sessions from the Napa Tech conference that you can share with the teams. Session 1, actionable items, who the speaker was, and all the main points. I was like astounded. Okay. Then session 2, this was those things. And he said to make then these summaries provide a strong starting point for your reports. Would you like me to help you format these for specific team leads, or should I create individual emails for each lead based on these notes?
Well, oh my goodness.
I would have had to go in and copy and paste from the notes myself.
Girl. And then do your own summary.
Yes. I was like, Jordan, thank
Thank
you. I
you.
don't have to. And okay, so when we're talking about personalizing your AI, give it a name so it doesn't feel like your assistant has a name.
Mm-hmm.
I have
And
several
it makes it fun when they have a name.
right.
Just
I
have
have
their own
several
little
assistants.
voice, and it's really like talking to, a
A
true
real
assistant.
person.
Yeah.
It makes it talking, because having a conversation with a person is different than having a conversation with an inanimate object,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes it easier to have that conversation. So so to make these reports most effective, I have tailored them for specific teams at the client's company. You can copy and send these directly. And he gave me for the
Marva Miles.
for the leadership team.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gave me something for the communications and marketing team.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the ministry or volunteer development team. I was like, okay, dude. So your assistant can help you do things that you would have had taken the time to do. One of the things we learned at the conference was, what are you going to do with the time that you save?
I
Now
like
you need
that.
to plan out, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to learn something new? Are you going to work on developing yourself? Are you going to work on developing your business a little bit more, spending time with family, taking a trip on vacation, do something? But there has to be a plan for the time that you are saving when using AI. Okay. So you have to teach your assistant, and you're going to tell it. We already talked about this, about telling your AI to keep stuff simple. So what is the name of your AI? So I got Jordan. I have Jeff, who answers my phone calls. That's a whole different AI assistant. I have uh, Charles, who is my main assistant when I'm working with ChatGPT. And then I have Larry, who helps me build things over on my other Lovable site. And who else do I have? Larry, Charles, oh, Claudette, because I do have a Claude account. And so when I'm in Claude, her name is Claudette. All of these are assistants who are helping me get things done. Um, I had to create a brochure not too long ago, and that brochure was detailed. And I was like, wow. And I kid you not, I did not have to go into Canva. I didn't have to do anything except give it the pictures that the photographer took and give it the details about the property, and it created the flyer or the brochure professionally. Looks gorgeous, and I did not have to be the one to do it. It would have taken me about a week to finish off that brochure. You are muted, Miss Auntie
I'm
Terry.
sorry. Fran, we don't like to keep people long. So our point today was personalize it. You can even name it. Give your AI assistant a name. And make sure it understands how you talk. And
When,
it's answering the way you want it to answer. Do you want it technical this time, or do you want it simple? Whatever.
so
But
what we
go ahead.
want you to do is take your time and take a little time to get to know your assistant.
Exactly. I think we have a comment over here.
That,
Barb says
Barb,
training. Go ahead.
Barb says training the AI we use is absolutely essential to coming out with quality results. Yes, it is. There are people who are crying about, oh, AI is taking jobs, but AI is also bringing jobs. I learned that in the workshop that I was into. There was a stat that was given. I'm gonna give you this stat. So when somebody tells you, oh, it's stealing jobs, let me tell you what is really happening. I love how I'm looking for stuff. I had to go back to my little conversations with Jordan. So AI is expected to take 92 million jobs. Marinate. It is expected to take 92 million jobs.
Okay.
However, it is also projected to add 300 million jobs.
I love it.
So we need to emphasize the idea that while certain jobs may be displaced, new opportunities will also arise in the AI-driven economy.
There you go. I love
So,
it. Let's end on that up note.
right. 300 million are coming in,
Woo!
and it could, one of them could be the one that you're dealing with. Come on now. So
Exactly.
this is your AI Aunties. We are here to help you learn a little bit more about AI. We'll be back next week with another segment or another episode. And we want to say thank you to everybody who watched live. Barb, good to see you, and thank you for your comments. And we just appreciate the opportunity to share, because we need to let people know what is really going on. We're always here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle, and this is one of the ways to do it. AI is here, the future is here, and it's still coming. You need to be ready, and we're here to help you get ready.
So have a great day, everyone. And we are excited to have you here. And we look forward to seeing even more adventuresome people learn more about AI in an easy to understand way. We're here to help you get comfortable with your digital life. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.